Hello. I will just say that as of this video, I have not thought about doing content like this, but it's grown on me a little bit. My content's usually lightsaber videos and gaming videos, get a little gaming shorts, but I think I'm at a point now where I think I can talk about things clearly, because the more I've been in educational settings, I think I have accumulated some opinions and outlooks on further life, for me at least, that I think is valuable to share with you. That is just food for thought, and I'll get onto that in a minute. But I think if I'm going to do a bit of a new content direction, or at least some side content along with my other videos that I might make or might do later on. Anyway, the point is, I'm going to introduce myself. So hello, my name is TJ. That's my name. It has a longer name, but I've decided that you all are not going to get that name. It's TJ, okay? Friendly to friendly, it's TJ. I keep clapping my hands. So I thought I would do a recording just to talk about where I'm at right now. So I am now coming into my finishing weeks of university, and I've got that on my mind now. No, I'm coming to my last I'm coming to my last several weeks, 3 or 4 weeks of sixth form college for some people, but it is called sixth form, which is just kind of a take on after school after you finish GCSEs. And I'm almost coming to an end to all of my courses before thinking about doing stuff like university. So why do I want to talk about this? So, to be honest, my plan was to do university. This uni had such a good place. Like, I'm studying drama at sixth form, and I'm trying to climb up and be an actor. That was the goal I had since right at the start of year 9, when I started doing drama, getting into drama clubs, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I did improve a lot, and I'm quite good at it. So I've always directed my choices to go down the route of pursuing further education of this. But this is just a message I think is valuable to spread to other people, especially if they're thinking anything maybe similar to how I'm thinking right now. So sixth form lessons, education, that's treated me quite well. I've enjoyed most of the lessons, if not all of them. They've all been really good. I took sports science, and I took creative media on the side, and those have been really good courses, to be honest. I've been quite happy with those. There's been good choices. But I digress. Went to sixth form to study drama, and that was the goal, is to achieve a good grade, which I'm trying to do now, and I think I am going to do, and then move on to further education like university, for instance. So I had that going, but for me, as someone who can talk about an experience of 2 years, because sixth form or college for some people, 2 years, that's a long, big gap of time. I'm going to talk you through the 2 years and what my headspace is now, and some advice I'm going to give for people that might be in the same situation or same kind of place as I am. So First year was exciting. I was really excited to start lessons. And do you know what? I did start lessons and they were really fun. Yes, a lot of responsibility, a lot more group work, and that was the biggest challenge. Starting to work with others, starting to mix with new people, starting to get to know new people outside of my regular friend zone. A lot of my friends had already moved on to their other places, so I was all down for that. I was really happy for that. So I took that on board immediately, and I was really happy to do so. I took that on board and I really started to accelerate through those courses that I've previously mentioned. The first year was not kind to me, and I'm not talking about the content I received or the teachers or whatever. No, none of that. So a really big thing is quite a few of my well-known friends that I had known for the past 3 years of high school. I got to know really well, and we had some of the best days, celebrations, final days, you name it. A lot of those friends, and I'm only leaving it up to your imagination to picture what these friends look like. I'm not giving descriptions. Okay, so these friends literally just one day dropped my contact and literally just left. And this wasn't a drama. They hadn't said, oh, you've done this or you've done that, you've really upset me. It wasn't a big drama. They just left. I messaged, I reached out, good mornings, hello, hi, how are you doing? Unread messages non-delivered. And I get, first of all, before I progress, I know this is a very natural thing in life that friends will just move on, and I get that, because that's basically what life is. It's like a great amazing TV show where everyone comes in, they're like the actors that meet you are your friends or your family, and they're the best actors. Most of them, if they're family, will likely stay with you until all of your days, which is a really good thing. But with friends, those actors might get taken away or get bored or leave or go on and move on to bigger things, which is what life is. But it hurt, and I don't talk about that because I don't tell people that I hurt or that aches, because, well, for two reasons. I didn't want to talk about it, certainly not to anyone I knew really well, and especially now, I don't really care for it anymore. I have come to terms with it, and I'm like, it's fine. But that was a major thing in the first year that influenced me, and during that first year it really affected me. It really affected the way that I thought about myself, the way I thought about my progress, the way I thought about how others actually saw me in the space I was learning in, and that was quite detrimental to the fact that I started to have really strong doubts. And the thing I will say is that because I dwelled on that so much, it actually caused me to lose sight of things right in front of me in present day. And I mean by that, the people and the connections I was growing at the time, the work I was getting on with, and kind of the experience. Because I will be honest, most of the work that was being put in front of me in plates, I was just consuming, I was performing quite well, despite the friend situation. And I was doing quite well, and I have been doing quite well, and I am doing quite well. So it came to a point kind of at the end of that first year that I realized, hang on, I do have people here, and it's quite obvious that these people care about me and that I am definitely wanted within this space, so I'm going to accelerate at that, and I did. And then this previous year has been a hill of work, a mountain of work, of devotion, and just I would just say dedication, coming in every day, working, which, you know, is always expected. And I'm not looking down upon that. I'm not putting that beneath my shoes, because that's what happens when you go older and you move on to further education. So, I think what happened and where I'm at now is that recently I've now just been realizing that the subjects that I've chose to learn about and chose to study, they're now, well, they're now things that I'm just doing, that I'm just working for, and that I'm not actually learning anything, nor am I getting any other kind of things about these subjects to motivate me to push on. Like drama, I'm studying for my final A-level exam, and I'm pushing all of my time into that, revising, doing all of that, studying for it long and well. Maybe not all of the time, you know, I don't have the best commitment every day, but I do have good commitment. So that's been going on, and I'm gonna be honest, I've just come to a point where it's like, I will be coming back from most days at sixth form now, where I will feel so exhausted that I'm not just tired or kind of so super over relieved that I'm done with the day. I think I said that wrong the first time, but actually that I'm not in a good mood when I get home. I'm not happy enough to spark conversations with people around me. I keep to myself. I'll get really bored of my favorite video games that I play in my downtime, and then I'll go on and do work. I'll watch YouTube. YouTube is usually the thing that I go to, but sometimes I do work. And that's the thing that I've realized, is that I know deep down that I still want to be the person I dreamt of being. I dream of having that kind of moment in my life of being an actor, being someone who's really good at acting, someone who's in, you know, big films, even if they're joke films or indie films. And I still see that, but I don't see that being part of me anymore if I am to pursue further education like university. And this is my advice. So despite everything I've told you, I will say so honestly, I view life itself as stunningly beautiful, and I'll talk about that in a different video because I have so many opinions on life. But I really do picture life to be so amazingly beautiful, and by beautiful, this is going to be the whole theme for next video, probably, but beautiful for me does not mean pretty. Life is hardly ever pretty. Sometimes it is, but you get those rare moments, especially when you're older. You get those rare moments of seeing like any actual like depicted pretty beautiful. When I talk about life as beautiful, I mean it's valuable. You only get one of those, and for me at least, I want to hold on to that. I want to protect my life with my life, because I want to live to the end of my days and see this amazing place of this life that I have, and I want to see it through all the way to the end, because life is terrifically beautiful. Beautiful does not mean pretty. It doesn't mean, oh, look at those colors, oh my days, it's so bright and joyful. That's not what beautiful means in my definition. Beautiful means valuable, that there is only one, so I need to enjoy that one life, this one life, and I have to make it the best life ever. I do have beliefs about what happens after life, and I'm not sharing them in this video because that's going off topic, and I don't want to basically clobber you as an audience with my thoughts and opinions on all of that, unless you want me to, because I can, but no. So I'm now considering doing what is called a gap year, and I am going to probably do a gap year. And by gap year, it means that I won't be doing further education and I won't have a structured timetable as you do in school. That does not mean that I'm going to be sitting down watching TV to the end of my days. No. I want to do things that are actually so much more practical, so much more me, and it's not just me staring down at a table, writing in paper, having fallouts with people who I'm meeting and they're starting things, and drama here, this and that here, responsibility, chains tying me to the floor, and I don't want to be an actor, and I quit and I run away. I don't want to be that person. I want to be that person who does things that actually show me and reflect to me that the work that I put in actually matters to myself, because I'm not proving myself. I don't want to prove, I don't glorify the idea of proving myself to other people, because that's not my intention. I need to make sure what I'm doing is valuable to myself, and I need that so I can regain the motivation of being my dream job or my dream position without me just going, you know what, screw it, kick the bin and leave. This would be so good for an animated video, I can't even lie, but hey ho, I'm here. But scenery's nice, and thought it'd be a nice background. Yeah. So this is where I'm at. My advice is, if you're at a place where you're a bit like me, you've experienced some of the events that I've been through, which you probably might have done, and it's so common. And if you're at that mindset where it's like, is what I'm doing even matters, or is what I'm actually doing even relevant to anyone or to myself? The first thing I'm going to tell you about this, so first thing, right, don't try and look to please other people. And that is because people, from my experience, not even close to your own amount of care, they just don't really care about what you want to achieve. They'll look up and go, yes, I'm happy for you and I'm proud of you for doing that, but they're not actually going to physically care. Like, it's not going to keep them awake at night. They're going to forget about the idea of you, I'm going to chase this ambition. So don't work yourself to the bone to please other people, because if you do that, you're just torturing your body, and that's not healthy. It's not healthy for your mind, it's not healthy for your heart, it's not healthy for your feelings. And the next bit of advice that I'm going to give is, if you are feeling in a place where, is what I'm doing even relevant to me, here's what you need to do. You need to analyze what the roadblocks are and try and kind of spot the roadblocks that you're feeling that are stopping you from getting to that place that you want to be in. So for me, this is like, the roadblocks really are just more labor, more work, more kind of this and that, and so many different side quests, to the point I'm just like, do you know what, it's just not worth it. And I'm going to resolve that issue by actually taking this gap year to go and do practical work. So I'm going to go up and start becoming and assuming supporting actor roles in very small productions for TV, and I'll work my way up. And I think it goes up, you do supporting actors, and then you kind of have tiny roles within film, and then you get into things like advertising. Get into advertising if you don't know what to do for money. I literally had an offer that offered me two and a half grand. I'm not kidding. If you look for the right places and you make sure that they're authentic places that are saying, hey, we want to cast you to do an advert for maybe a day, 3 days worth of work, we're going to pay you quite a lot for an actual small amount of work. First of all, you're getting paid well and you're not getting into trouble, which no one really should be doing anyway. And the fact that that's happening in the world is just disgraceful. So that's what I wanted to share. Listen, I really do love life, and I love life because it's beautiful. Remember, my definition of beautiful is not pretty. Life is almost never pretty. The things you see in front of your eyes physically, they might be pretty, like here, I mean, weed, but it's got colours. It's not the drug, obviously. Weed is in the plant. That's, you know, dangerous to your garden because they kill off all of your plants. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not a gardener. It's colourful, isn't it? It's colourful. And it's pretty. That's pretty. But I'm talking about events that happen in your life. You almost never see them. A lot of people almost never see that. And it's not because they're not trying. It's because it's just not happening. Beautiful means valuable. Beautiful in life means valuable. You need to remember, I need to remember, you only get one singular version of yourself, and you need to make your TV series or your film series the longest and the most epic lineup of dramas, events, and action-packed filled days, so you can finally finish that series naturally, and you can go, you know what, I had an amazing run, which is what I'm going to be thinking when I'm about, I think I'm gonna leave this lovely, beautiful planet. Give it 79. I think I'll get a good 79 years within my life. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk to you about. Again, I don't make content like this, but I've just and this video is gonna be the big bump because nothing that I've done is scripted. This is just authentic. This is authentic, and I kind of want to do authentic. I'm not, obviously you're watching me speak, I'm not very good right now, but I'm going to improve, and I hope you see me improve every video that I make. So if you see this and you comment, please just be honest. Give me your honest opinions of what I said and how I've done this video. Obviously don't be ridiculously horrible about it like some people will be, but that is part of life. But if you listen to this part, please just be honest, be critical, criticize this video please, so I can adapt it and plan it better, because this was like a last minute thing I was going to do. I will put work into kind of organize videos like this better, but if you do have some criticisms, feel free to share. And if you think, hey, this video is pretty cool, which I'm not sure actually is, because first timers, you know, there's first time for everything. But I'm gonna try again later on if I'm not studying or just swallowing in my own abyss of should I even be doing this? Should I even be trying to be this? But once I'm free, then yes, then I will do another video. It has been lovely chatting to you. I hope you have an amazing day or night. Please stay safe, and remember that no matter anything, someone, somewhere, someplace is always watching and is always caring and thinking of you. You're an amazing person, and you always will be. Doesn't matter your situation, doesn't matter who you are, you're an amazing, beautiful person. Have a wonderful day or night. It's TJ signing off.